Good evening. It's 10 o'clock. I'm Rob Johnson. Our top story, can the city remove items from your private property without warning? That's what happened to the owners of a building in Bridgeport. They had this mural painted along a wall, only to have their local alderman order the city to paint over it. CBS 2 chief correspondent Jay Levine went looking for answers. And Jay, tonight the city says this was a mistake.
Shouldn't have happened, Rob. A miscommunication between the alderman and the Department of Streets and Sanitation, according to this email that we just got. Someone has been disciplined. The bottom line, the mural's gone. A powerful alderman got what he wanted, but an unnamed streets and sand worker will pay a price.
Alderman James Balcer took us to see other murals in the 11th Ward, public art he has no problem with. But the one which last week covered this wall, featuring police surveillance cameras before it was covered up by streets and sanitation graffiti blasters, the alderman says, was something else.
Do you have a right to take that down?
If it's a threat to this community, I'll take it down.
What kind of threat does art pose to a community?
I believe that was a threat. The dead deer, the skull, the cross. In my opinion, and I believe he had RIP in there, rest in peace, that symbolizes death. And I don't know if it will incite gang violence or more trouble.
An interesting interpretation of artist Gabriel Villa's mural.
This could have incited violence. This could have been a threat to police. What do you think?
I don't think it was. I think it was just art.
And all of a sudden, it was gone. Painted the trademark graffiti blaster brown.
You're a graffiti artist.
I used to be.
Was that graffiti?
No, that was art.
The fact is, the graffiti blasters who were called to this building knew that. They called back to their supervisors and said, this is not graffiti, it's public art. The response, according to the owner of this building, paint it out anyway.
The private owner of the property and the artist have a right to have some due process before an alderman simply orders troops out.
Before he did it, I wish he had consulted me and said, Alderman...
By the same token, some wish you had gone to somebody else and said, what do you think, before you acted?
I acted on my behalf of my constituents who were calling the ward office. I stand by that. I will not back down on it. I will not retreat.
Well, Balcer says he's received calls complaining about the mural, and we heard some of that too. Many of those in the community we spoke with, some actively trying to stop gang violence, didn't buy his new spin.
Could this mural in any way incite gang violence?
I don't believe so.
The point is not, this is okay to stay, and that was not. The point is, you making the decision.
I have to make the decision.
Who gave you that right?
I'm elected for the people of this ward.
The email from Streets and Sand tonight was careful not to criticize Alderman Balcer, suggesting anyone intending to paint a mural reach out to their alderman's office first. Next to the mayor, aldermen are the most powerful people in Chicago. But tonight, between the lines of this email was the message that power has its limits. Rob?
Is it fair to say that it seems like this story has been changing almost by the hour, especially when you started, working on it? Is that a fair statement? I mean,
well, we were in touch with the city all afternoon and getting bounced from department to department to department as they tried to figure out how to handle all this. And even the alderman's explanation has changed since Friday when he said it was just a matter of complaints. Now it's a matter of public safety.
And now there's somebody at Streets and Sand who's going to pay the price for it.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Jay. So is there